Aloha, everyone. Glad we're here. Just going to take a few minutes and let a couple of you get online before we get started. So yesterday I was walking down by the water and I had an idea um, about manifesting self-confidence, and I thought I would share it with you. Um, just like any manifestation technique, it all comes from our thought processes, the energy that we put out from our brains, our thoughts, our whole vessel to receive that in return. And so when we realize that confidence comes from within as a reflection to the outside world, then we can understand and start to gauge our own mastery. And so, just like with we're manifesting all the time, by the way. It's when we get dialed in to recognize that we're manifesting with our thoughts and our words and our physical energy. We get dialed into the mystic side of life. We start to see synchronicities align, and it's like, boom, it puts us on the path of really understanding things within and without, as above, so below. And so in life, we are programmed subconsciously and consciously from the outside world. And so, and that includes like the people that we've been involved with, the things that people say to us, what we watch on TV, what we listen to the radio, the things that we eat, the people that we choose to engage with on an intimate level. All of those things are programming our minds. Humans are influential beings. We influence one another. And so it's about what kind of influence we allow for ourselves due to the influence of our own minds, the way that we connect here to here. Because the heart chakra is the main chakra of activation. When we open up and connect to the heart, it's like an explosion occurs within our aura, our chakra energy, and we get down in. And so something that I do to manifest is I visualize. Like, we can talk and think, but when we visualize and daydream things, we create a larger circuitry in the matrix of the mind, how far out that energy goes to bring in what we want. And so if, say, for instance, in the spectrum of being confident or insecure, um, if we are constantly thinking thoughts about ourselves that are of a lower vibration, then that is the same energy we're going to bring in from the outside world. There is no rhyme or reason as to why we shouldn't be confident in this life, because it is a choice that evolves from self-love. And so it just takes the recognition of that. Like, the situations we've been in with other people generally greatly influence our confidence, until we recognize that really it comes from ourselves. And so one of the things that I saw yesterday in my mind when I was thinking about manifesting self-confidence was I envisioned like a keyboard to a computer. And if a lower vibrational thought comes up, I saw myself hitting the delete button. Delete! And then when I hit the delete button, and my mind showed me to create a higher vibrational thought. And you don't even have to like do mantras to yourself or anything like that. Like, literally, you can just have the clarity activation that you are attracting self-confidence within your own being, and that will happen automatically. All we have to do is talk to the brain, talk to the channel, and let it know what it needs to do, and then it's like it automatically activates and begin bringing in what we want. And so if you're feeling down or low, and I'm sharing with you that I go through the same thing, that when I'm feeling insecure about something, I recognize that it's my own insecurity and not look at the other person or whatever's going on around me. And then so I recognize that I can change my own thought processes, because that thought of insecurity is a thought in itself. It doesn't mean I have to attach onto it. It's like, oh, I see you. Now, how can I reprogram you? Because we get to choose our thought processes. We get to choose how, well, okay, let me stop. We don't choose our thought processes a lot of the time. Our channel stuff comes in based on the beings in the channel, the beings around us, the telepathy that we're picking up from other people. It's the choice to engage in the thoughts that come in is how we manifest properly. To reprogram and to just program the circuitry of the matrix of the mind, which is the grid ley line work of all of creation. And so the more we build on that platform of manifesting properly with our own self-confidence, that automatically elevates our consciousness to pull in what we want, whether it's, you know, a nice job or a wonderful partner or a new car or more consciousness within. We have the power to make that happen. It takes our mental and physical work to pull it in. If we're sitting around all day thinking about how we're lacking something, we're not fulfilled in something, and those thoughts continue to swirl around, well, we're not shifting that manifestation process. And so it's like, if you feel something, we get to shift it. So if I feel something within me that doesn't feel good, let's say I get triggered by something, my own thought processes or something that came in, or the actions and words of someone else, I get to choose how to react in that instance. So I get to shift the vibration. I am the master of that situation because it's my own energy, even though I may be receiving it from somewhere else. And so the same thing happens within ourselves. Like, I think we get into this spectrum of like being so involved in what everyone else is saying and doing that we forget that it all starts in here. Self-love creates the spectrum of heightened manifestation attraction. It's the law of attraction. If you don't know about law of attraction, just Google it. Google the laws of nature. I also recommend studying the Spiritual Laws of ECK, ECK, and the Kabylion. Those things teach us how to learn about teach us how to not like hold on to the attachment of everything. Like for me, I feel really balanced in my, or I can rebalance myself when I need to because I recognize that everything is just energy, it's vibration, and the thoughts we put behind it. Everything we see, everything we touch, that's been someone's thought process to create that thing or that feeling. And so recognizing that this bed I'm sitting on, this phone I'm talking to, that was someone's channel thought to create that. And so the same thing happens with our own spectrum of energy. And so if you want more self-confidence in your life, create it. If you feel things that don't align with what you want, hit the delete button and then say, I am manifesting self-confidence, and then let it go and just go on about the day. Like, we don't have to fix why there isn't self-confidence or why there's insecurity. All we have to do is shift the energy to create what we want. I think as humans, part of our life here, we're like bees. We're here to create, to form, to make things happen. And that's our humanistic side, our left side of the brain, where our right side is the cosmic energy, our aura, our natural intent into the world and ourselves. And so balancing those two allows us to create. And so our human mind wants to come up with solutions and find, solutions to what's going on. We're fixers, and so if we recognize that we are builders in the outside human world, we're also builders on the inside of our own energy. And so it's just finding the balance of that outside world building thought process, figuring out solutions to our natural flow of love and, our natural flow of mastery and our magic and all of those things. So it's just collapsing the gap between those two worlds. That's the twin flame union, the divine frequency of the human world with the astral world. That's the twin flame balance. I call it the divine union, which is the 717 code. And so, yeah, our life is a choice. And we know instinctively what we want to do and pull into our lives. And so I thought it would be ideal to do a solar plexus activation because the solar plexus is the third chakra, which is located at the bottom of the rib cage and goes down to the belly button and is also part of the lumbar of the back. The chakras are not ourselves, it's the energy of our aura, which we are in. So we can activate our energy spectrum by recognizing the different parts and the organs of the body. And so the solar plexus is our power, our free will, our form of expression into the world. And that's where we also receive from other people. And so that's why they say, or that's why it's said, that we have a gut feeling, or like someone says something to us and, ooh, we feel it in the gut because it's in the solar plexus. And one of the things that I do if I don't want to take on someone's energy full on is I don't stand completely facing them. Like I'll kind of turn, or I sit with my arms crossed under my breast at my solar plexus a lot. I feel that's just like a natural, intuitive thing that I do to preserve my own energy. So, if you are open to receive the activation, then all you have to say within is, I am open to receive. Okay, I'm going to open the channel. Oh, we got some throat chakra stuff going on. And so if you want this activation, focus your mental energy, your third eye energy, down to the solar plexus area here. And just envision the light coming through here to activate, to raise the elevation up through the heart, up through the throat, the third eye and the crown, and back down into Gaia, to earth, and then up through the root chakra and just back around. Like, create your Merkaba of energy, but focus here to create the activation in this moment. Okay, so the circular motion is open in the spectrum of energy. I call it like open in a portal. Those 33 snaps. So this is light language of mudras, formed to create an energy spectrum, to open up like portal energy and do chakra work and alignment, physical healing on the body. That's the magic symbol. Third eye chakra. Okay, we are complete now. So that was 3 sets of 33 snaps, which is 99. So that's cool to know. Thank you all so much for the love. I appreciate you all so much and sharing love and being open. So it's just a good reminder today that that the throat chakra is how we learn to balance the solar plexus. The more in tune we get with how we speak, the more in tune we get with how we feel, and vice versa. It's like this beautiful duality, non-duality thing that's all one. Thank you so much. I love you all so much. Have a blessed day. Mahalo. I love you to the moon.